Welcome, everybody. I'm on the wrong side of the screen, but who cares?
It doesn't matter.
We had a technical glitch. It looks like we're back, and we got on time, so that's good. Hank happened to notice that Rick is back. Yeah. Okay.
Three-headed monster back.
My buddy AJ says, "Oh no, I'm not sure why he said that, but welcome, AJ. Good to have you on the show." Okay, just as always, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Just poke it right in front of you because it's right in front of you, and you can just do it. Also, hit the like button. That really helps the algorithm and helps us get out to more people when they search Iowa Hawkeyes. That will help them get this in front of them. What else? Oh, yeah. Comment tonight. I'm not sure where to start, guys.
Usual.
You want me to start with the 3 or 4 quick things, and then you start with your agenda?
Do your usual.
Yeah, do your usual quick stuff. Hank, I just said all that. I go, where do we start? He goes, take care of business with the like button and subscribe. Start with the gambling addiction. Yeah, I think as soon as he gets his Kelvin gets his tidbit, that's what we're gonna go to. Because that's on my mind right now. I got a lot to say about that.
About my tidbits?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
your tidbits.
Anyway, I feel like Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so much taller than Rick. Yeah.
And me today.
By the way, just before it came on, the news came out that Brian Bulaga was put in the National Polish American Sports Hall of Fame. What a great, great player he was at Iowa and with the Green Bay Packers. Kirk has said that he was, as a true freshman, by far the best offensive lineman right from the get-go of anybody. And he ended up being the youngest. He only played 3 years at Iowa. He was 19 when he played bowl game. And the next year, he was the youngest player ever to start in a Super Bowl for the Packers at right tackle.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I got German and Irish background almost equally. So can I be in the German, Irish, American Hall of Fame?
For what?
For whatever. Podcasting.
Toddler soccer. Toddler soccer coach. I don't know. If you're good enough at something, you could be, Dean. Maybe grocery stocker. I don't know.
I haven't stocked groceries for years. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Bulaga hadn't played football for years. That's how you get in the Hall of Fame. You got to retire for a while.
Oh, I've been retired for 8 years.
Okay. Big news tomorrow. Oh, anyway, Hannah announced today that she's not going to Italy till September. The league starts in October. So we got Hannah, and she's actually helping at the Iowa basketball camps this year.
Nice.
Helping.
Good for her.
Yep. And tomorrow we find out where Lawrence Britt, the great wide receiver, goes. That's going to be on some live thing at some time. We'll be sweating it out until then.
247 Hawkeye is what I told it would be streamed live on.
Okay. I don't know what time. Do you know what time, Dean?
I do not know.
Yeah, but we'll find out tomorrow. It'll be blasted all over the internet as soon as he announces. Got my fingers crossed. So,
well, it's not always plastered over the internet. There's been a couple people who made announcements that we hoping to go to Iowa, but they didn't go. When it end up going somewhere else, and guess what? I look all over the internet and I can't find announcements, so I have to ask you what it was.
Well, the only time I don't plaster it all over the internet is if the son of a bitch goes someplace else. Then I just say the hell with them. That's the way I am. I'm kind of bitter. Bitter son of a bitch. Anyway, Coach Barnwell, the great assistant who was at Texas Tech, and came and joined Ben. He was on a podcast, and he said if Texas Tech wouldn't have lost their last game last year, I don't know if it was in the Sweet 16 or when it was, Elite Eight. He said if they'd have won that next game, he would not have came to Iowa because he'd have been busy, and Ben needed an assistant coach. Had more than one guy, and even though him and Ben are like best friends. The other interesting thing was historically, Lute Olson always said that if they wouldn't have lost to Villanova in that Sweet 16 game, when with Payne and Stokes and them, Lute's last game, if they'd have won it and he'd have had to stay, Arizona would have hired somebody else. So Lute would have stayed at Iowa.
So Luke purposely lost that Sweet 16 game.
No. If I remember right, Villanova, which might have won the national championship the next year, I'd say John Pannoni, the guy that we couldn't match up with inside, he won the game for Villanova. We didn't lose on purpose. And another interesting washed-up walk-ons had the Paulson twins, who played at Iowa, and another testimony of the one Paulson twins had 7 joints operated on while at Iowa, and they talked about the terrible, how painful it is to play football in college. The boys didn't get to go to the pros or anything, but it was another testimonial to the terrible pain that these kids go through playing at Iowa or any college, and you just respect them for putting up with all that. And anyway, also the other news was, I don't know, I didn't see it on any agenda, but I was building a new field hockey complex. The baseball stadium's getting a new press box and redo. And of course, we all know about Carver Hawkeye Arena, got a new floor, and they got well over half the money raised to do a redo of Carver Hawkeye Arena. So I was still paying attention to the facilities there, and Beth is raising the money. So
I got one question.
All donor related.
I got one question.
Yeah.
Oh, here, I'm going to mute myself. Go ahead, and I'll come back to it.
Okay. Well, I think that was my last one. Everything else, I communicated with Dean beforehand what I wanted to go over and what his agenda might be. So Ben left us, Rick. I must have used too much profanity. Son of a bitches.
You're bitter.
I was bitter to the bitter end.
Where'd he go?
I would presume that he had a wife yelled at him. You've been married before, Rick?
Have I been married? No. I played house though before.
Okay. So, well, whenever the woman of the house orders you to do something, maybe that was it. I don't know.
That's whenever I got married.
Hey, I know one thing that's on the agenda. You could start it. Was what you wanted to say about Caitlin and the situation?
It wasn't about Caitlin so much. It's more about the WNBA as a whole.
Oh, well.
I mean,
I gave you a start. So
basically, I mean, I don't think people understand the animal, shall I say, that the WNBA is. It's not normal, okay?
I know that.
It's gimmicky in ways. It reminds me a lot of roller derby from the 70s. Remember that shit?
I said that on podcast. I said that on a podcast in Caitlin's rookie year. It's like watching her play roller derby.
It is. It's I'm not saying it's scripted, but the situations are there for a reason. And how they react to those situations is on their own, but it's just the media, I don't think they understand that. I mean, you have the sides, you have the pro Caitlin versus the old school of WNBA, and they're always clashing. And that's mostly so much of guys who are bitchy. You know what I mean? Whether it be that Dan Dockich or Jason Whitlock or Mick Talks Hoops or Ben Daniel, whoever's anyway, all they do is just rag. And it's like, my God, guys, you know, you seriously say you hate this shit, but you're the ones doing it the most.
Yeah.
And Caitlin, I mean, she's in a hard spot. I mean, she is.
She sure handles it. She sure handles it well.
Oh, I think so.
There ain't no doubt about that.
All the hype. And, you know, her first coach had no business being a head coach at that point in time, at least. And finally, after the All-Star game, she said, "Fuck it, go." And Caitlin did. But then you brought in Stephanie White, who's playing this, once again, old school basketball style. You know what I mean? And you can't do it. You have a Ferrari. You don't want to be stuck in traffic. You know, get Caitlin on the highway and let her freaking run. I mean, she'd be so much better off at Portland or Golden State or even probably Toronto because they're starting from scratch. I mean, the NBA coaches in the W who came from want Caitlin, and the ones who have been there don't. And it drives me nuts. Other than what's her face? Who's the coach of Minnesota?
I don't know. I know I can picture her, but
anyway, she said something the other day. They asked her about Olivia Miles. They said, you know, what is your technique of coaching her? She said, I just let her go. I trust her judgment. And that's the same with Caitlin. Why in the hell are they not doing that? Let her go. I mean, she's going to tear it up.
It'd be, I said on our last podcast, it's like when Magic was with the Los Angeles Lakers and Paul Westhead was the coach and he wanted to slow it all down. It was like Magic's third or fourth year, I don't remember. And he wanted to slow it all down and just feed Kareem, and Kareem liked it and all that stuff. And anyway, Magic just went into the owner and he goes, "Trade me." He says, "You either get rid of that coach and let us be Showtime and let's go, or you trade me." And Bus's reaction was, "Well, here's a $1 million a year, 20-year contract, Magic, and we're gonna get rid of our coach." Because
kind of like Jordan and Doug Collins.
Bus was smart enough. You know, I don't think Lynn Dunn is smart enough.
No.
Yeah.
She's too old school. And I mean, you know, and they still see that as this, you know, the big girls should dominate because no one has vertical in this league, really. So if you're tall enough, your arms are long enough, you're going to dominate. However, the game is growing. It's growing fast. It's growing towards the faster paced girls, whether it be wings, you know, guards, even stretch fours. They all can run and they can shoot. And I mean, that girl for Indiana, what's her name? Justine Passat from Vanderbilt, I think it was, or Kentucky, wherever. She's a freaking sniper. She's nuts. And she ain't going to see the court this year.
No.
I mean, they had 6. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 point guards, 4 or 5 point guards at one point on their team this year before the season started. I think, what are you thinking about? Where's Leah Boss's back?
It's like having 4 point guards on the team when you got Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson. You know what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I understand injury could happen obviously last year.
Yeah. Let Secretariat run. You know?
Yeah. I mean, and it's just the management of the league, I think, is horrible. I mean, from the top, whether the owners are on down.
And I said on a previous podcast, I don't know if you listened to our podcast if you're not on, but I said on there, I said the WNBA is the worst run sports league in the world.
Yeah.
I included little league leagues, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
You know, AAU basketballs ran pretty bad, but not as bad as the WNBA. It's like
my thing is, though, obviously it's bad, but is it bad on purpose? That's my thing. Are they freaking doing this shit intentionally? Because it seems like they are at times. I mean, I remember because when Caitlin got knocked down by Kennedy Carter, and the other girl chased her across the court and knocked her down, and she got her first year. And like, this happens every. No, it does not happen all the time or every year. I went back 3 years on the WNBA all season pass. The first year I had it, I didn't see it happen once. Okay, it didn't. But what I did see was some pretty crappy play at times. There was a game between Seattle and New York. This has been a game, I think it was 5 years ago, actually. And there was a 7-minute stretch where there wasn't a shot or a free throw made. I mean, layup, boom, boom, boom. It's a brick. Like, what the hell are we watching here? And that was pretty obvious. At the same time, their tennis was crashing. They were down to like 2,000 fans a game in New York at one point. I mean, the league, I don't know if is a tax write-off for the rich people, in a sense. They kind of say, look what we did, haha, I don't really care. Or if they do care, they're just that bad at it. One of the two.
I don't think very many people enjoy watching the WNBA, and they'd enjoy watching it a lot more if it was a lot more open basketball.
Right.
Where it's
and
not.
They have the athletes now.
It's not constant. Now they changed the rules for fouls, and now it's just constant fouls. The game the other day, the third quarter of the Fever game literally took 45 minutes, when the second half was supposed to take an hour, and it's just, and then I don't think there's any doubt that Caitlin's not the most popular player with the veterans and everything. I don't know why. I don't know why, because she's putting money in their pockets where they were making 200,000 as a maximum. Now they're making 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Asia Wilson should love Caitlin. And maybe Asia does. I don't know.
I mean, that's what it. Is this stuff scripted like reality TV? Because remember Unrivaled, when that first came out, was it 2 years ago? That whole thing was, we're going to drop the 30 best WNBA players in the world into this little arena here, and they're going to live together and practice together and play basketball together, and you have a front row seat to the whole thing, like a reality show, right? And no one wanted to watch it. You know what I mean? They watched the games. But the other guy said, no, thank you.
Caitlin won't play in it. So
yeah.
Dean has come back.
Dean.
Oh, we can't hear us yet, but
yeah, that was I had to take that.
Okay, we thought he went over his WNBA while you were gone. He went over his WNBA views about how unwatchable it is.
Well, it's not that it's unwatchable. I think the games themselves are fine for the most part. Take out the refs, and silly shit at times. But when they play basketball, legitimately playing basketball, they have some really good players. And they have some really good games.
Well, yeah, but they don't let them play basketball.
Sometimes they do.
It's like you said, it's roller derby. And
that's the problem. Other times, it's like roller derby.
Yeah. And now they call almost too many fouls to break up the flow of the game. And his speech was also about they don't let Caitlin play, the coach at Indiana.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I want to back up something. I don't know if you guys read any of these comments, but apparently, Kelvin, you didn't let Rick talk, because Terry said, "Let Rick talk, Kelvin."
Didn't I let you talk, Rick?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Okay. All right, we got this question from Bob Huffman.
Who said that? Who said that, Dean?
Terry Walker. Don't you be running on my UCLA man.
Whatever. I just agreed with him once in a while is all I did.
Yeah. All right. Bob Huffman says, now that the new basketball floor has been installed, what do you think? Guys, from what I could see in the practice pictures from the team playing, they made all the same markings on it that they had before. I was kind of hoping there would be something new. It looks identical. It looks identical to the floor we had before, and I wanted something
different. What were you hoping for?
I would just like maybe a flying herky in the middle instead of I love the flying herky. I want us to go back to that, and I'm
So,
glad
is
it
it
hasn't.
darker?
I'm glad it hasn't completely died.
Is the new floor darker, the same, lighter? What color is it?
It just
It's white.
it looks the same to me, and they still have the Tiger Hawk in the middle.
And it's not parquet anymore?
No, it's not parquet.
Okay.
It's light colored with a dark black border, and then with the Iowa Hawkeye names on each end are in yellow or gold. Still got the Caitlin thing there and MediaCom on the court. The Tiger Hawk is just the symbol of Iowa now, and that's why they stick to that.
Well, Hayden Fry came up with that when he came, but I'm glad that the flying herky hasn't completely gone away. That it still revives itself. I've got 3 or 4 shirts that I bought specifically with that on there. Okay. Boy says, realistically, I don't know how they handle playing every 2 or 3 nights. Hardly any time to recover. Okay. All right. This is kind of funny. Toll House says, oh, those poor babies playing sports. Man, you guys really must have stirred up some comments tonight.
Well, I just said that the Paulson boys suffered so much playing football, and that's any of you fans that are stupid and where the place kicker and the punter don't get beat up. But everybody else, like the average lifespan of an NFL football player is 59 years. And then they expect these kids that play football at Iowa and didn't make a lot of money, or the kids that does make money and go to the NFL, they expect them to donate the money back to Iowa.
Did you say that the average NFL player plays 59 years?
I said it has a lifespan. You know what a lifespan is, Dean?
Yes.
In real entirety of his life.
Yeah, the average American lives till 76 now. It got up to 77. Now it's down to 76. So
I only got 6 more years to go.
More importantly, the NFL players on average give up about 17 years of their life to play football, eat 40,000 calories, take painkillers, ruin their body and their organs. So
okay. All right, well, let me finish these comments, and then we're going to get into this Sorsby thing, because I got a few things to say.
What's it say?
Okay.
They know that they not cater to the floor on Sports Center. It's true.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Yeah. Boy just mentioned that I was
they'll be on Sports Center.
Okay.
I heard something about Sports Center because you both talked at the same time.
All right.
Okay. All right. Toll House says, I would like to see the flying herky also. The Tiger Hawk is Iowa's football to me. At least they didn't put a bunch of corn stalks on the field. And pigs.
Yeah, people mentioned that on On3 thread that they hoped we didn't copy the Oregon floor, which is it puts your eyes out of having corn stalks.
That is so hard to watch basketball.
And a moving combine going through the floor as you're playing. That was their joke on On3.
Okay. All right. Toll House says, my poor baby's comment was in response to someone who wrote that women's basketball plays every 2 to 3 days and probably got worn out. Has nothing to do with football practice. Okay.
Oh, well, you didn't explain it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get on with this Sorsby thing, okay? Who was originally by the NCAA, as everybody knows, not eligible to play, okay? Well,
right.
Texas Tech invested some money in this dude, so they made sure that they went to the court and had a retired judge with Texas Tech ties in Texas to allow this guy to play, okay? This is an abomination. Judge? What's that?
A retired judge?
Yeah, I heard today. I was listening to radio. It said that he was 86-year-old retired judge with Texas Tech ties.
So is he a federal judge or a state judge? I'm assuming federal.
He was a retired state judge, I think. The federal courts haven't ruled on it yet. They will, but it might be months. Anyway, the Texas Tech judge the Texas Tech judge who's active recused himself because he's a Texas Tech fan.
Okay.
This judge they got did not go to Texas Tech. He's retired. Okay. But anyway,
he just said that he thought, well, this guy, he's gone and he's had his rehabilitation. He deserves to have a second chance to play football. What the hell? What the hell about the Iowa and Iowa State players? Okay,
well,
compared to what this guy did nothing. Like teams, what we have, like a women's basketball player. I mean, have one of our football players bet $10 on the women's game. Okay.
Yeah. He's been on 3 teams, yes?
Yeah. He started betting at Indiana. He bet against
Cincinnati,
Indiana, and then Cincinnati for 2 years.
So he's had 3 chances.
He's got $5 million this year to go to Texas Tech.
Isn't it 3 strikes and you're out?
The judge said, I think he's suffered enough. He hasn't suffered at all yet. You
know what Iowa and Iowa State needed to do? They needed to hire some lawyers, go to a judge who have Hawkeye background, go to a judge who has Cyclone background, and got those people back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in a different state. Texas is a crooked state. Let me tell you something. Ted Cruz is a crooked son of a gun. I said gun. Ted Cruz. Let me tell you something. The guy, Texas Tech last year spent $168 million on their athletic program just on NIL. And this billionaire who gives a bunch of money to Trump, I sent you his picture. I think his name might be Coleman. He's also the guy that gave Sorsby $5 million. He's also the guy that sat down with the Texas Tech athletic director and Ted Cruz and wrote that NIL program that wanted to give the Big 12
one transfer.
They wanted to give the Big 12, Big 10, and SEC money, share TV money to the Texas Tech. That's why that bill that some of these people that don't really read the darn thing say, oh, I hope it passes. Well, it's dead on arrival because it's all a oligarchical document. Oligarchy means that the rich people in the country own your government and your judicial system. And that's exactly what's happening.
All right. Okay. Hey, calm down, everybody. Andrew Anderson is on here, but I don't know if he's able to. He's muted himself. But he is our fearless leader in this Villains Network that we're all a member of. And so I don't know what he's doing, if he's doing something behind the scenes here or what he's doing. But Andrew, why are you there? And why are you muted yourself? Anyway, let's read. Toll House says Tech needs to sit him down. Their recruiting will suck. Could you imagine when they play in Cincinnati this year and Cincinnati helped turn Sorsby in?
No.
Oh, wait, he only has a 2-game suspension. Do they get to choose the 2 easiest games of the year?
None of them teams are going to play him even.
Well, that's the next step. That's the next step I want to get to. Yeah. Okay, so Toll House also says a Mississippi judge allowed a Mississippi quarterback to be eligible this year too. It's crazy. Okay, and that's what we're going to get to. Is I wanted to know how this is going to work. Where all these schools, they're going to have to actually forfeit games, right? Because Texas Tech isn't going to say, "Oh, you don't want to play us? Big deal. We'll take the win. You take the loss."
Well, the Big 12 conference won't let the games count. They belong to a conference, and they belong to the NCAA. I ain't worried about Sorsby really playing this year. And if Texas Tech says he is addressing. I'm not too worried about their games counting. I'm not too worried about the Big 12 conference allowing it. And I'm not too big about the NCAA and not allowing it. And if they get 12 forfeitures and it throws 12-0, I'm not too worried about the college football playoff committee even letting them into the playoffs. So.
Yeah, they won't. They won't. This is an abomination. This is a slap in the face. This is why NCAA has no power anymore, because some jerk is going to go to a judge and say, please take care of my boy and put him on the field.
The next judge will rule against him probably when it gets to a federal court. So
let's get a judge with Longhorn ties. How about that?
Well,
A&M ties. Let's let him do that. Let's let him decide if that guy can play or not.
you're in Texas. They're all can be bought. The problem is when, let's say the first game of the season, I don't know where their first game is. I don't care. Let's say they got a game in Kansas State. All Kansas State has to do is call up a Kansas judge a week before the game, and the Kansas State judge can block him from playing. One judge ain't more powerful than the other on the state at the state level. You could get a federal judge in Kansas too. Like I said, I don't think he's going to play at all this year. But what do I know? Mm-hmm. What do you think, Rick?
Andrew has left the building.
I think it's insane. I think it's absurd.
I don't even know who Andrew is. But
Andrew runs this network. Andrew runs this network who lets me, he doesn't charge me anything, even though it comes out of his pocket, for us to do this.
Yeah.
So.
What were you saying, Rick? Sorry.
I said, bring back intramurals.
There you go.
True amateur sports.
Okay, just for the record, would you guys like to know what Texas Tech's schedule is?
Sure.
Not that they get to actually play these games this year. Mm-hmm. Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Houston, Sam Houston, at Colorado, Arizona State, at Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, at Oklahoma State, at Baylor, and TCU to finish the season.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Like I said, whenever they play out of state, an out of state judge is probably gonna rule 2 days before the game that he can't play. So.
So this Sorsby guy, did he play for Cincinnati last year?
Yep. Great season. 30.
Did he play against Iowa State?
Yeah.
That was the guy who quarterbacked against Iowa State and beat their ass. I didn't know he was that good.
Oh, he's a really good quarterback. He's, like I said on 3 today, he's like a better passer than like a CJ Beathard or something. He threw for like 2,800 yards, and then he ran for, he's Gronk size. He's like 6'3", 235, and he runs just as good or better than Gronk. He's a great player, but he's a gambler.
Right. And
if you gamble on anything, any type of sport that's even attached to the colleges, you should never play again. Period. That's the rule. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing it. It's too bad. I watched him play Iowa State last year, and that was when Iowa State had those 2 injured cornerbacks, and their season turned around to the worst. And he made him look bad.
Yeah,
he made Iowa State's defense look bad.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Was like the opening game Cincinnati and Nebraska?
I could be wrong. Arrowhead.
I think so.
Nebraska beat them.
Yeah,
I think you're correct. Yeah.
Here's one. Toll House says that I hope the TV networks ban their games. Yes. Do not televise their game. But, networks won't do that because it's going to cost them money too.
Who's that? ESPN has the rights for the Big 12?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And Fox does too. Fox has Big 12 games also.
I'm sure they're on multiple networks, just like the Big 10 Iowa games are.
I think it's just Fox. I think it's just Fox and ESPN.
Oh, I figured they get on Peacock and everything, just like Big Ten games to do.
I think the only way
Big
they get
Ten-
on is if they play a Big Ten home
The
team.
Big Ten is no longer on ESPN. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Has not been the only way a Big Ten team can get on ESPN
On the playoffs,
is if they're the away team playing an ESPN team.
or playoffs or a bowl game.
Yeah.
But I don't think Sorsby will play hardly any games this year. Maybe Abilene Christian, maybe, but I think the courts will back up the NCAA and it's like Kakert today and Doctorman today and the lady that Doctorman had on. There is no sports league in the world that allows a gambler to play. Period.
Yeah. That's funny because
since
I
the
thought
Black Sox scandal of 1919.
Yeah. I've been following that lady that she had on her TikToks since she was a senior at Iowa, and she had some of the best stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
The best stuff. But I always thought her name was Rodin, and it's Rodine. Because that's what Dockerman said today. Rodine.
Yeah. I'd never heard of her before, but she sounded eloquent.
Yeah, I follow her on all social media platforms.
She was a little biased towards Iowa, I thought, but
Well, she is, because she's from Iowa.
she said Iowa had the third best football atmosphere in the country, which, boy, it's hard to cut down who has the best atmosphere in football in the country. Boy, that's tough. But
yeah. Oh, I loved her, and I know this is kind of off topic, but I loved her story how she wanted to go to North Carolina and how the North Carolina fan hit her, assaulted her in the stands because she was cheering for Iowa against North Carolina. And Iowa, I think she said North Carolina won the game. No, Iowa won the game. Iowa won that game, but she was 16 years old, and this guy, she said, was about 80, who was a North Carolina fan, blamed her for the loss and then hit her. You know, can you imagine that? So she said she would never go to North Carolina, but then she did become a huge Duke fan.
of course. Of course.
All righty. Okay, so let's move on. Let's put Sorsby to bed because hopefully he won't play a game. And if he does, hopefully these schools follow through and refuse to play the game if he's in it.
No.
Okay, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be something quite to follow. All righty.
Yep.
Okay. All righty. Where are we at next, boys? What are we doing next?
I don't know. I sent you 4 pictures to put up. I don't know. Do you want to go through any of them?
Sure. Let's talk about some of those pictures. Oh, wait a minute. They're gone because of that's what happened is they disappeared when my internet went down.
Oh, shoot.
You want to talk about what's going on with those?
Well,
we don't have
the first picture was the big news from Jelena Guy. I don't know how to say her first name. Jelena, a guy from Clinton. She has. She announced that Iowa has come back and re-offered her, and she sounded like she was thrilled and everything. She's I call her a top 10 player in the country. They have her rated 13th, I think, which is so.
What is she? A 27 person? A class of 27?
She'll come. She's a class of 28. It's really perfect timing to get her and Chloe Johnson from Minnesota. She's the number 1 or 2 player, and they're both guards, and they're both good size point guards. Off guards, whatever, they both shoot the hell out of the ball. But it's perfect because that's unless Chit Chat and Danny Cambridge get a 5th year, come back for a 5th year.
Well, they will get a 5th year if they want it.
I know, but I doubt that I think Cambridge will go right to the WNBA, but Chit Chat, I still think Chit Chat will too. I don't care if she's 5'4", but these 2 girls would slip right in and take their place. I mean, they're ridiculously good, and
yeah. Well, no, and that's great, and I like the idea that because maybe this time she'll give Iowa some serious consideration.
Well, she did last time, I think, but she wanted to go to Stanford, great education, great program, but the Stanford coach just does not get along with her players out there. They're losing them, and the program is dipped, and I don't think she wants to get into that headache of Stanford. If you get a degree from Stanford, that's like an Ivy League degree.
How far away is Clinton from Iowa City? About an hour and a half?
Clinton's 40 minutes from me, so it's about an hour, I'd think. Maybe an hour, 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's an hour and 22 minutes from Cedar Rapids.
So she needs to come. She needs to come to Iowa so her family can drive to every single home game and some of the away games in Illinois and.
I'm worried about her going to Illinois because Illinois is an up and coming team, and their coach is from Clinton, and they seem to get. Illinois is just on a roll getting players.
They are.
By the way, the great player from Iowa that played with Molly, Kathy Marks, who was I think she was 6'5" on the Final Four team. She's the coach for Clinton.
Oh, okay.
And she was a great big player for Iowa, Kathy Marks. So that's another little tidbit there.
Yeah. And I guess what, guys, I haven't given up on Molly. I'm still sending her messages.
Yeah.
Don't harass her.
I'm not trying to harass her. But, I mean, and I understand that this is a person who's now coaching two different sports, soccer and softball.
At what level?
High school.
High school.
Yeah, and I think somewhere in Georgia, because that's where she lives. I don't know exactly where, but they made a marked improvement under her leadership. So I think it's just a matter of time before Iowa hires her for a softball coach. By the way, she was a heck of a softball player in high school too.
Yeah, I think it's biggest I would have thought she'd been a hell of a pitcher, as big as she is.
Okay. Alrighty. You also mentioned something about oh, hi Doc. We love you too, buddy. Hello. Hey,
I sent you a
thing about Kratz. Andy Kratz, or is that how you say his name?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't
not the power rankings.
Yeah, he put out the
Katz. No R.
Andy Katz, who's
okay.
For the Big Ten Network, he put out his power rankings for men's basketball in the Big Ten, and every year he always has Iowa way lower than anybody else. He has them I don't know. I can't remember I sent you the picture, but I can't remember. I don't know if he had them 10th. He had Nebraska, and what was another crappy team that had ahead of them? I mean,
Nebraska's not a crappy team. They had their best year ever this year.
I know that, but we got a better team. We're going to have more I study the Iowa basketball roster, we're going to have a better team, way better team than last year. It's the deepest roster Iowa's had probably since that first year Tom Davis took over. I mean, we got a bunch of point guards, a bunch of off guards. We got 2 7-footers, and Cam Manyow and Tavian Banks, and it's if Howard, I really love Howard, but he better really improve offensively if he's going to play a lot.
How deep are you going to go?
Ben won't go very deep, but I think he'll do like he did with Alvaro. You guys, if you're having a good game, I'll leave you in. Otherwise, hey, I'm putting Trey Thompson in.
If it was Tom Davis, how deep could he go?
Tom Davis would go 10 deep
on that team. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, and that's because he had him go hard for a short period of time on that full court press.
I mean, Tom Davis with Ben's team. How many players deep would he go?
Tom would, if he had a real deep team, would go 10 deep.
No. With this team though that Iowa has this year,
the team he's got, I'm going to say 8.
I'm saying 10 deep. 9. 10 deep.
Okay.
8 and 10. All right.
Ethan Harris, Tate Sage, got Oh shit, Tavian Banks, man, yeah, the 7-footers, Coleman, Holmes. They're all playing for Tom Davis. Kuhn, Kuhn,
What's up, Doc?
Kuhn is a great athlete. He'd fit right into Tom Davis' system. Yeah, he'd play a bunch of players. I know there's a real good player that I forgot there, but it's just like a ridiculous. I heard Ben talking the other day, and Kakert brought it up that Tate Sage was a point guard in high school at 6'6" or 6'7". What if he play, what if Ben sticks him in at point guard this year? With an off guard of like Koch. You talk about a tall backcourt. It's like.
Okay, I want to say something here, guys. I don't know. I guess there were some pictures and some video released. Somebody said earlier on here, and I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't remember who it was, and I didn't get your comment up here. That he thought he saw Banks in some of those group photos that they released from the men's basketball. Do you guys think Banks is back, or you think he's just practicing with the team for now to stay in shape?
He's going to play this year for Iowa, I think. They're just waiting for the decision by the NCAA, and there's no reason why he wouldn't be working out. I was kind of looking for him in the videos, and but they were very short videos where not very many people were shown. But
so, are you guys pro 5 years of play?
Yeah, I am.
You are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you, Rick? You
don't think it will inhibit the younger players
for the first year,
their growth? Because now you're bringing back a 5th-year player, gets a player in 3rd year. You know what I mean? They lose out in years of practice. I mean, it seems. Do you want to inhibit, or should I say, even retard the growth of the younger players?
I don't think you're going to retard them. I think what you're going to get is these players are going to have these first-year players coming out of high school will have an extra year to develop.
So at smaller schools and work their way up to the higher schools?
And I think it'll help. I think it'll help the young players in practice. I think young players like Faison and the girl from Sweden will really be helped a lot if Whiting comes back another year to practice with them. And I think anybody that plays.
But what if you lose a high school?
Anybody that plays a year of practice with Tavian Banks is going to be a way better basketball player in the long run.
Okay, and we got that trade. We got that Trey Thompson, who, of course, it was called a red shirt, but I mean, unofficially, it's a red shirt. But once that new rule falls into place, no more red shirting, I guess.
But it'll really help football because they have a shortage. They have a shortage of players even to practice with now because of the smaller rosters, and having them 5th-year guys come back, will help with the development of them.
Okay, now before I got interrupted, Calvin, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, Trey Thompson.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like that year that he spent not playing has enhanced his game, from what I'm hearing from Coach Ben, is enhanced his game and brought it to another level. So, I think these, if you're going to play 5 years, most likely these freshmen, unless they're superstars, are going to be sitting out the first year.
Did he have mono or something this year?
Yeah, he had mono, but he also had something else going on before that, and I don't remember what. The mono came after he had something else going on.
But if the 5 years comes in, nobody will sit out.
Well, that's true too. Okay, can I go over the back to Andy Katz for power Big Ten men's basketball rankings? Yeah. Okay. Michigan, it starts with number 1. Michigan, Illinois, Michigan State, South Carolina, Purdue. When was the last time you saw Purdue fall that far down in the Big Ten?
You said South Carolina? You mean USC?
Yeah, USC. Gosh darn it. Andy Anderson would be loving me for that.
We do not want South Carolina in the Big Ten. The women would never win a Big Ten title. So
yeah. Nebraska, number 6. Indiana, number 7. UCLA, number 8. Ohio State, number 9. Hawkeyes, number 10. Guys, first of all, I'm not sure that Indiana should be ranked ahead of us in these power rankings. This is showing no respect to what Ben did with the players he had this year. Is everybody thinking because Bennett Sturts is gone that we're not going to have the same type of season we had this year?
Well, what kind of team did Indiana buy this year?
spend a lot of money like they do every year, and then they're crapola when they show up.
Yeah. It's like Indiana has talent. I won't deny that. But they never seem to play up to the level of their talent, no matter who's coaching them.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. It's kind of like Nebraska in football. They've always had talent, and they've always had some elite talent, but they've never played up to their potential. But anyway, then after Iowa, Wisconsin and behind Iowa? Wow, really? Did Wisconsin lose everybody and get nothing in the bowl?
They lost that one guard, right?
Blackwell.
Okay. And then Maryland. And then bringing up the last 6 is Oregon, Minnesota, Washington, Northwestern, Rutgers, and Penn State dead last. Oregon that far down? In Minnesota, didn't they have a decent season, better than Iowa?
No.
They beat Iowa.
They beat Iowa because we had the flu.
Yeah.
But I think Minnesota might have won 4 or 5 Big Ten games last year. Maybe.
Okay. Oh, I got it confused with the men. All righty. And then one of the other pictures that you sent was on, looks like football recruiting on the guys coming to visit.
Those are all underclassmen.
Okay.
Coming, and I could, if I had the list in front of me, I could comment on all of them, but they're like all very highly rated. Matt Bowen's boys coming, and that DeClan Hying, the offensive lineman, and Carter Barrett, and all of them is these stuff.
Well, I will read you the list.
Okay,
Grant Bowen, as you just mentioned, coming in as an athlete on June 11th.
He's Superman.
He's Superman?
He's better. He's built like Chad Greenway. He's either going to be. They've offered him an outside linebacker and tight end, and it's probably going to come down to Iowa and Notre Dame. But he could play. He could literally play like 10 of the positions in football. He's the size of Chad Greenway, but he's way faster. He's like Superman. It's like getting LeVar Arrington, if you ever remember LeVar Arrington for Penn State. Like, ridiculous. So,
Okay, offensive tackle Carter Barrett, June 11th visit.
He just got an offer from Ohio State. He's probably one of the top 3 offensive linemen in the country.
Okay, what year is he?
These are all juniors.
Okay, juniors.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming in for camp. Some of them are camping, like Superman is coming for tight end camp and linebacker camp, and then they have a big junior day, which I don't know if that's the 19th or something like that.
I got a question for you before I read off the rest of these. Barnett's boy, isn't Barnett's boy?
He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he an offensive lineman too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty. Tight end Javin Severson coming on June 19th.
Oh, Severson. He's from Madrid, Iowa, and he's like the number 3 tight end in the country, and he's been offered by Miami and every school in the country. And he is great. He's like, I don't know what he is, 6'5", 240 tight end. You know.
Alrighty, okay. Then we have
the next year's class in Iowa is the best class probably ever of Iowa high school players. They're talking like there's going to be 30 Division I, 30 guys that Iowa and Iowa State would normally want.
Okay. Alrighty. So offensive tackle Declan Hayen.
Yeah, he is like my favorite. I like him better than Carter Barrett or whatever his name is. This kid's like 6'6" and 250 pounds, and he just has perfect pass blocking technique. Just put him at left tackle and let him play 3 years, and then off to the NFL he'll go. So
got wide. By the way, he's coming on the 19th. Wide receiver Isaiah Grant also on the 19th.
He's from the Council Bluffs area, and he's like, he'd just be the human joystick. He's like unbelievable. He's like lightning on a football field. I'm sure Jason, if he's listening, knows all about this wide receiver out there.
I don't think any of the boys on that side are listening because they're having a little conversation on their own side. And we're having, and by the way, just for the record, for the fall season when football starts, Hawkeyes have not retired. They are going full blast.
Good.
It's starting in July, and we're having a discussion because they want to claim that Wednesday 7 p.m. spot, and that's already our spot. So I said it looks like we're going head to head because I ain't moving it.
We'll go head to head. That way we won't have Vandy on our show ever. That'd be great. So.
Offensive line, Reese Wilms.
Yeah, he's
also
from
on the 19th.
He's either from Kansas or Missouri. He is a great player, and he's another big old offensive lineman. So
okay. Then we have quarterback Chase Grove. I like that name, Chase.
Yeah, he's out in the Lincoln, Nebraska area. He's a good quarterback. I don't think he's not going to be a 4 star or anything, but
like what we have coming. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a Jimmy Sullivan type. He ain't no 6'3", 210-pound guy. You know, I think he's like 6'2", 180. So 6'1", 180 or so.
Oh, okay. Hey, we got an update here on Jahalina guy from Paulo Roberto. I know he's commented before on the show about Iowa reoffer guy today. USC, UCLA, Oregon, Oklahoma, Michigan, Maryland, and Kentucky also have all offered. Are Iowa's chances good? She's top 16 in the 2028 class. You notice Illinois has not offered yet.
They offered her.
Okay.
I don't know where you noticed that, but because the guy didn't.
Well,
she literally has 25 offers. She had 15 offers within 2 days of decommitting. You know, and some of them schools wasn't on her list before, but she committed so early. Most schools don't offer you when you're in the 8th grade. Yeah. You know, and so
I don't think they can in 8th grade. I think they have to wait till they reach 9th grade.
We offered Miss Greenway in the 7th grade, so that is not true. And we offered Chloe Johnson in the 8th grade. You know.
Well, just for off topic a little bit, my granddaughter who just graduated 8th grade will be a 9th grader. Is probably going to end up at one of the colleges after she's being recruited for acro and tumbling, which is a huge sport, which I got to see with my own eyes at nationals about 2 months ago, and how big it really is. And the national champion is coached by LSU's coach's sister. But she, my understanding is that they can inquire and get some statistics and stuff like that, but they can't actually talk recruiting while they're in 8th grade. And now that she's going to move on to 9th grade, coaches can officially start recruiting her if they want to.
Historically, people have committed in the 8th grade. So
okay.
Damon Bailey committed to. He had the record for quite a while. The 8th grader committed to Bobby Knight. You know. You can send them recruiting letters. You can offer them. They can visit. Can't take an official visit probably when you're in the 8th grade, but
yeah. All right.
yeah.
Tohal says, speaking of Greenway, did Iowa have a legitimate shot at his daughter Madden? I'm sure that Kelvin knows this.
Hell yeah,
number 8 in the nation.
When Iowa offered her in the 7th grade, she just said, "I think I'm going to be a Hawkeye." And but as she grew older, I think the burden of being Chad Greenway's daughter and coming to Iowa wore on her, and she certainly got a lot of money to go to Kentucky. So
yeah. And Tohal says, I hope she doesn't like Kentucky.
but I understand. That's why John Alt's boy, Joe Alt, who's the best offensive lineman in his NFL draft year, now he's with Harbaugh at San Diego. He the two best offensive line schools in the nation are Notre Dame and Iowa, and I think he went to Notre Dame because they're right there with Iowa as far as offensive line U. And I think he went to Notre Dame. Maybe they're Catholic too. I don't know, but and Bowen might go to Notre Dame because he's Catholic. He goes to Immaculata High School where his dad coaches. But I think Alt also kind of wanted to get out of his dad's shadow when he went to Notre Dame.
Yeah. Well, Matt Bowen's a basketball player.
Matt Bowen was an NFL safety.
Oh, do I have him confused?
Yeah. Well, there might have been more than one Matt Bowen. There was Ryan Bowen that played basketball at Iowa.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
He had a long career in the NBA.
Yeah.
And Matt Bowen had a long career in the NFL, and he played for Hayden and he played for Kirk.
Okay. Doc says, he's talking about guy. Is she the one that went to LSU? No, she committed to Stanford as a freshman, and now she's decommitted, and she's going to be a junior this year. Correct?
Yeah, she's going to be a junior this year. Yeah, she and she visited Iowa Caitlin's senior year, and she also is famously. I talked about her on the last podcast. She played at Clinton as an 8th grader, as a 9th grader. Her dad had her come down and play at Bettendorf, and she famously left at halftime of a Bettendorf game to take a plane or a helicopter to Texas for a visit. And that did not go over very good with the Bettendorf coaches nor the school. So that's how highly recruited she was. Divine Burridge is the one that went to LSU from the Quad Cities, and now she's coming back to Illinois. She's going to play against us next year for Illinois.
Yeah. Okay. Doc says Rulin Kid went to Notre Dame also. Mott Kid to Kansas State. And Doc P corrected me and said Brian Bowen.
Yeah, the Mott Kid, Iowa did not offer him. But anyway.
Yeah. Doc says we missed out on some legacy kids, but we got a few too.
If the legacy kids there's legacy kids that don't come to Iowa that are offered, but there's some legacy kids that don't come to Iowa because Kirk don't offer them. He just says, you can walk on, like the Mott kid, and he ended up going to Kansas State. So,
by the way, guys, I want you to know, and I was going to put her picture up here. I have a new favorite basketball player for Iowa. Now that my favorite one has moved on to you and I.
Okay.
Who do you think it is? Just see if you guys can guess.
Medina.
Yeah, I was to say Funky Cole Medina.
Probably because you think she's cute or something.
No. I just like the fact that she's going to shoot the heck out of the ball. She's going to get more playing time than people think. You guys think she's going to be a bench rider?
I don't think that.
Didn't I say that about? Didn't I say that about Levine too this year? That she get more playing time than you guys give her credit for.
Deanna said we have 3 point guards. We have Chit Chat and Cambridge, and we got Taylor Stremlow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard. I hope she does. If she does, we're going to have a better team because we are not a deep, deep team this year. You know.
Yeah.
Did you notice the top? Did you notice the top 10? The top 11. The picture I sent you. The top 11 women's basketball teams this year per rating. Dean.
Yes. And the one thing I asked you is where was UCLA?
And their roster is decimated. They'll still probably be at number 20 in the country or something, but it's like the players from at UCLA, the Betts girl, she averaged 4 points a game, but they have like 3 or 4 of they have like 5 returners and 2 or 3 of them only scored like 1 point a game, but that's why they're not there. The thing I wanted you to notice was number 3 is UConn and number 4 is Vanderbilt, who we played to start the season. Holy shit. Number 3 and number 4. Holy cow.
I was number 11 on that list.
Our team will not be used to playing with each other yet.
No, yeah, we're playing them pretty early.
November 15th.
So, Davion Thompson, Arkansas.
He went to Arkansas, going with Don Calipari and the money bag. I was hoping he'd go to Michigan because then the point guard from Chicago would go to Michigan. His name's Davis. And that way the guy that Ben wants the most, Caden Daughtry from Florida, would not go to Michigan.
All right, the fourth and final picture that you asked me to put up here is Iowa and Alabama are discussing a potential matchup in Des Moines that would take place in December of this year. Now, I'm honestly surprised that this is news because I thought it was already a foregone conclusion that we were playing Alabama.
We already knew that we were going to play an SEC school, Alabama, but nobody knew where it would be played. People thought it might be a home and home. The home and homes are really going away, and these holiday basketball tournaments are going away. So because they cost too much for the schools to travel there, because of giving this revenue share away makes basketball, these schools cannot spend money traveling like they did before because they got 25% of their money is gone. They got to give that to the players. So anyway, the holiday tournaments are going away. So what Ben has talked about this, luckily we got a home and home with UConn with women. But most of the good schools you're going to play, the Power 4 schools, it's going to have to be on a neutral site.
I want to make a prediction, okay? UConn's probably going to handle our girls pretty easy this year on the road. But when they return next year, our girls are going to be another year older, another year more experienced. We're going to handle UConn, and we're going to beat them in Iowa City. You heard it here first. But hopefully we're all live to know that next year. Okay. Joel House says, do you see a time when the transfer portal will be much more important than high school recruiting? For some schools, yes.
It already is.
Yeah. For some schools, yes, they're focusing more on the transfer portal. But I like what our football coach and our 2 basketball coaches are doing. They're just using the portal to fill the needs. And unfortunately, the way things worked out this year, our women's basketball team had to go after the portal more deeper than they probably would have liked to. But as Jan said, that she feels that in every position they got stronger with the transfer portal girls that they got and the freshmen coming in. And honestly, I keep forgetting Ellie. Is that her name, Ellie? She's not a transfer portal. She is actually a freshman coming in.
Freshman. Stromdahl. Yeah.
Stromdahl.
The thing that disappointed me on Jan's plan this year was she didn't get the high school players she wanted. She recruited a bunch of them, and she only got, if you don't count the girl from Sweden, which was some late grasp that we got, all we got was Walitsko. You know, we missed, got Walitsko, missed.
Why do
You
you
know,
think that is? Why do you think we kept missing on those?
Jan did not follow the Ben and Kirk footprint. Jan went for every 5-star and 4-star. I wanted you to have that picture of all the underclassmen I sent you that Iowa was recruiting in basketball. You know, she offered like the underclassmen 5-stars. She offered all 10 of them right away. One was a Douglas girl from California, you know, and it's like, if you offer, and I explained it to you a year ago, if you offer 5-stars, you know, they got chances to go to UConn and South Carolina and Kentucky and North Carolina and Texas. You know, your batting average is going to really drop. When she does this from now on, I hope she takes, like, you know, the Soybird is not a 5-star or 4-star. She's like number 70 or whatever. She went back to, hey, we better get this girl while the getting's good. She's really, really good. Even though she ain't top 20 in the country, we better take her commitment. You know, you can't think you're going to get, if I go out on the dating scene, I better not think I'm going to get a Halle Berry, you know? I better lower my expectations a little bit.
So, this list of 5-star and 4-star girls,
Yeah.
We're actually recruiting every single one of these players.
Every single one of them girls.
Well, let me read off where Jan's swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
Because she's really swinging hard. These are your 5-stars. We've got a point guard named Chloe Johnson, ranked number 2. Sydney Bean Douglas.
There's Douglas.
Forward center, ranked number 3. I'll read this the way it's written. JJ's first official offer after becoming Iowa head coach, and Douglas's first offer as well.
Mm-hmm. I remember the day she got offered. Yep.
Yep. Number 4, power forward. Yeah, I can't even say that. Naya Riaka.
Riak's the girl that we talk about every podcast from Wisconsin. She's actually a 6'3" off guard. She's the one that can dunk easy. And I keep sending you film of her hitting 3-pointers. She's the girl on that list that might jump up over Chloe Johnson. Yeah. You know, and she visited with Soybert and Chloe Nicholson and all these other players that are on the list. They all came for one game at Carver the same day, you know. So
you have a question?
Oh, yeah. Okay, number 6, forward Reese Gilpatrick.
Yep.
Wing Ella Pepper. Not sure. It's not spelled the way it should be. Number 8, center Sutton Villa. Number 10, guard Ariana Robinson. Those are your 5-stars, guys. So you can't accuse Jen of not swinging for the fence because she is. And number 4, these are the 4-star ladies. Erin Thomas. She's number 14. Number 16 right now is Jelena Guy, who we've been talking about all night. 19, wing Chloe Nicholson.
There you go. She is one great player, and it'll be Iowa and Illinois probably.
Yeah, because she's in high school in Illinois at Quincy. 24, guard Bella Hill. She goes to Bible school in Alabama.
Okay.
36 guard Leah DeWitt out of Marriott, Georgia. Okay, wing
question?
Ariana Ari Peterson out of Minnesota.
That's Adrian Peterson's daughter who visited with that same bunch. She's a 6'2". She can play off guard. She can play forward. She's just a great athlete. I think she'll go to Minnesota myself.
Okay. Number 40 point guard Easton McCullough.
Yep, she's from Arkansas, and she's like watching Pistol Pete Maravich play. She's a little on the skinny legged order, but she just can't miss a shot. And it ain't like she's no 5'6" guard either. She's probably 6 foot tall. She's just such a skilled passer and shooter like Caitlin Clark. She can really take you up and down the court and not miss a shot.
Okay. Number 42 is forward Sahara Wilson. Know anything about her?
I know there's the Wilson sisters up in Minneapolis, but their name ain't Sierra. It's Maya, and another one, but this is a different one, I think.
Sahara, that's what it is. And she's from Minnesota. Guard Peyton Cottle from Arkansas. Boy, Arkansas's got a few good players on this list. And then, of course, center Eve Fowler from Sage Hills High School in California here.
But anyway, he wants you to read a comment, I think. But.
Yeah, I had it up here. I intended to. I'm sorry, I got carried away. Toll House, any chance that Caitlin effect actually hurts Iowa women's basketball recruiting? Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. It certainly hasn't helped because Jan is missing out on some of those big names. I just wonder if she would use – I don't know if she's using Caitlin to make some phone calls for her or not, but I think if you would have Caitlin making some phone calls and talking to these people, that she would have a better chance of swinging for the fence with these ladies.
I think it has helped unbelievably because, we got a top 6 player in Walitsko and we got a top 15 player in Addie Deal. I think, and we're in on all these players. I don't see that it hurt.
Okay. By the way, speaking of former players, Belisco got official permission to wear number 20 from Kate Martin today. She got a text message from her wishing her well and gave her permission to wear the 20, even though the 20 is not retired.
Okay, say what?
Yeah, it's not retired, but I think she just wanted to honor Kate and say, Kate, is it okay to wear it?
She got permission from Kate before she ever committed, so.
Yeah. Yeah, because you remember her first words to Jan? Is number 20 available? And Jan goes, yeah. What? No, yeah. It took Jan a second to realize what was going on there.
Kate Martin and Caitlin are very involved in our recruiting and everything. So.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Caitlin actually donates money. So.
Shoes. I know she donates shoes.
What?
But I know she donates shoes and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, she even gives off.
As far as can Caitlin be a detriment to Iowa's recruiting? Yes, she can. The whole thing around Caitlin can never be a detriment because there's so much.
If she turned into a bad person, she would.
No, I'm saying her. The effect he asked about though, the Caitlin effect, not Caitlin herself, and the effect right now is kind of a volatile, shall we say? A lot of people are shying away from it. I mean, even their attendance in the arenas are down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the attendance is dropping.
Shying away a little bit, and there's a reason for it. So can it happen? Sure it can. Will it happen? I don't know. I hope not.
Is it because of her competitiveness and her just willing to call out coaches?
The soap opera that is the WNBA.
The one thing is this year attendance at Indiana, there's been some empty seats because they don't know if Caitlin's playing. And the other thing is people are put off by the way that what the game looks like and the way they treat Caitlin. you'll notice that the road game the other night when she hit the 3-pointer, when she hit the big 3-pointer, it sounded like the Beatles came on stage. You talk about a roar from a road crowd. It was like, I think the Caitlin effect is still pretty prominent.
That arena only holds 4,000 people.
And so you would have thought that every fan there, you would have thought they'd have been all Mystic fans then.
I got one question. Has Lucy Olson played at all for the Mystics this year?
Couple games.
Yeah.
Because she didn't play the other night.
Right. She don't play much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that's just cruel and unusual punishment. If you ain't gonna play her, let her go to a team that will play her.
Well, they have a great young roster there.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that she'll be aced out next year. But isn't there another team coming next year? That's an expansion team.
There's Cleveland coming, and Connecticut's going to Houston.
Is Boston going to have a team?
No, maybe, but I think yes, because Connecticut's going to Houston, Boston, then Cleveland comes in 28, and I think Boston comes in 30. Is that what I heard?
Okay.
Allow 18 teams.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We all know that.
The problem is with people like Kate Martin and Lucy Olson. Is the more years you play in the WNBA, if you're not a star, they got to pay you more money because you're in your 4th year, your 3rd year, your 5th year, and salary cap ain't going to allow that.
My gut tells me that if Kate Martin sticks around, it's because of her popularity. But I have a feeling that after this year, neither Lucy or Kate will be playing in the WNBA.
I don't know.
Cheap contracts. Lucy is. Lucy's still a cheap contract. She's got 1 or 2 years to go after this year.
Yeah.
Well, Kate's got 1.
Next year would be her 3rd year, just like this year is Caitlin's 3rd year.
I can see Lucy playing 1 more year, and like Kate for a 4th year, not get re-signed and move on.
Yeah. But I mean, guys, I haven't heard anything about. Is it Toronto, the other expansion team besides Portland? Portland's having a decent season. What's going on with Toronto? I haven't heard anything about them.
They're 6-5, I think.
Are they?
They're in the playoffs.
Not bad for expansion team. Don't they know that expansion teams aren't supposed to win any games their first year?
Well,
tell the Valkyries that last year.
I mean, what's her face? Kiki Rice is the point guard for Toronto, and she's playing very, very well. Not as good as Olivia Miles is, but she's playing very well.
That Miles, man, she is just kicking butt.
Well, she's got a coach who learned from Caitlin Clark. Because remember Caitlin's first year, I think, because, what's her face? Cheryl Reeves, that's her name. Thank you. Cheryl Reeves. Didn't like her, didn't like the style, blah, 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 right? And I mean, she told Iowa fans suck and kiss her ass and go to fuck themselves, which she said on air. This year, with the Olivia Miles, she's saying, I learned from Caitlin. Because Caitlin averaged, 23 points a game, 5 rebounds and 7 assists against Minnesota her rookie year. I mean, and she saw that. She said, "Oh shit, this girl can play." And now she has Olivia Miles. Hey, this girl can play. Let her play. She grew from it. Whereas Stephanie White still has some things to learn, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot to learn about the WNBA. It's hard to put up consistent numbers in the WNBA because there's no consistency
of refereeing.
It's like Caitlin. Some people are saying, Caitlin, she just ain't doing very good this year. And yet her numbers are like the 12th best in the.
Well, she's 8th in scoring and 1st in assists.
Well, yeah. And then she gets so many rebounds as a guard.
By the way, her defense is top 3rd. Actually, top quarter now, I think.
I know. It's like, and people say they can't play defense. Well, the worst defensive player on Indiana is a player that I love. I love Kelsey Mitchell.
Yeah.
But she's the worst defensive player on the team.
Well, the irony is Indiana is 9th in offensive efficiency and 4th in defense. Who would have thought that with Caitlin? You know what I'm saying? Wait, you have Caitlin Clark in your 9th? Yeah. But it is what it is.
Indiana has a lot of potential to get better. in the second half. They play better team defense, help Caitlin more on defense, help everybody more on defense, and Caitlin, if her back ain't bothering her, she probably start shooting like she did the last game. Wasn't she 3 for 5 or something from 3 points? From 3-point line?
3-point, yeah, she was 4 for 10. She was 3 for 3 from 2 and 4 for 10 from 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 points, 7 assists, and like 5 rebounds or something. No, wait, that's all right. 19, 5, and 5. 5 turnovers, 5 assists. Yeah, she had a lot. But I think they missed. I could be wrong in this, but against New York, they missed 21 baskets inside of 6 feet, including 11 layups. That's kind of crazy. She would have possibly had 32 assists. They were counted as they just made layups.
Catch the ball and then make layups.
Yep. Kelsey Mitchell hit the other side of the basket on one.
It was a wide open breakaway layup and hit the rim, bottom of the rim. It's like
bottom of the rim. Like, holy cow!
It's like, have you taken lessons from Angel Reese? Angel Reese is actually playing really good this year.
I like Angel Reese's game as a role player. She's a phenomenal role player.
She's not a starter. She's not a starter.
She's a starter, but she has a role. You're gonna play. You use your butt and get rebounds. That's what you're gonna do.
Last night I watched the game. She had 17 points, and I think it was last night. 17 points and 17 rebounds. And she actually was 1 for 2 from the 3-point land. And she's shooting way better, from 2-point land too.
I don't care if she scores 10 points a game. You give me 15, 20 rebounds a game and play decent defense. Hello, thank you.
Put her and Caitlin on the same team.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, she uses that butt to drag those screens. Caitlin go back and forth, going down the court around her. Oh yeah.
But
she showed the All-Star game when she did that for Caitlin. Nothing against Aaliyah, but Aaliyah does not have a butt like she does.
Well, I'd take Aaliyah Boston any day, but
oh yeah.
But anyway,
kind of foul happy. What's up, Dean?
Okay. Apparently we're getting comments on X, but they're not showing up here.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
What are they asking?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
Can you see on your phone?
Terry just texted me.
Oh.
Guys, I'm gonna go look at the comments on X while we can get some answers. But in the meantime, can you guys talk about the 2 baseball players we picked up in the portal? I think today.
We got a pitcher. I don't remember the name. Yeah, from Minnesota. Is supposed to be a really good pitcher, and we ought to have a hell of a pitching staff next year. Olivo, who hits 98 miles an hour on the radar gun, he came back. A lot of people thought he might take big money to go someplace else. And then they got a really good hitter from Division II named Stein. Okay. And I think he's kind of might be a multi-positional player that might be able to play outfield, third base or something. But I'm not up to par on these baseball guys. Yeah. I just shared to Dean when they committed because I'm not that big, but that Stein guy, he might have been the top hitter in Division II or something, 467 average or something like that. But somebody on 3 says, yeah, he's a Division II. And I go, well, so's Ben McCollum. I think we'll take him, so.
Yeah, Freddie Jackson was Division III from Co.
I don't know.
Play for Buffalo.
Is Co Division III?
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was recruited to then.
Yeah. One
thing I wanted to point out is my favorite running back is visiting this week, Kayon Thomas.
Okay.
From the famous high school in near Indianapolis. Warrenville? Is it Warrenville? I don't know. Warrenville, I think it's Ohio. But anyway, he's 5'11", 200 pounds, and he's down to Cincinnati, pretty much Cincinnati, Illinois, and Iowa. Okay. Cincinnati is a school that was in on him from the very beginning, and He's a guy with really great speed, and 5'11", 200. He could,
Yeah.
in 2 years he could be 215 or 218 and be that fast guy that can run between the tackles and outside and everything. So I'm looking forward to his hopefully commitment by May the 1st of July.
What'd you find out, Dean?
I went there and I did not see any comments.
Oh.
So I'm asking Terry now about it.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever get figured out how to go the audio way?
Yeah.
What happened?
It's a long story.
Is Dean a cheapskate?
He's not a cheapskate. It's just the situation he's in does not allow for it to happen because there's too many users filling up the bin, shall we say?
Yeah.
Okay. I read your little comment back and forth about that it might cost $75 a month.
Although I may at some point in time, Dean, if you don't mind, PC Anywhere to your computer and try and find so you can find a hidden folder for files. It might be there. I'm not sure, but my gut says check it out.
Yeah, your gut says check it out. I don't see it, but hopefully.
Do you know how to search for hidden folders?
All
right. All right. Okay.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Or a possibility, Dean. Let Rick set it up.
Okay.
And he can give you the password to it.
Yeah. Just for the record. For the record, everybody knows that we are working on going audio as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to know.
Because I share StreamYard with about 100 other people, this particular network that we're in, but that network that we're in, and let me explain it real quick. There are no place for recording anything left on StreamYard. It's completely full. I'm probably going to ask the president of the network to see if he can go in and delete some of those recordings so that we can get some on there. And I think it would be really cool that once it got recorded, that it got removed right away as soon as you use it for what you want to.
I'm gonna talk to the Chinese government, and I'm gonna get us in.
Once you upload the file, you're good to go. Just delete it.
The other thing I thought about doing was getting rid of my headsets and talking to you guys like you're talking to me, so that everybody can hear you, and go ahead and record this directly to Spotify while we're talking.
Yeah,
I've done that. I did that when I was with gosh darn it, I don't even remember his name anymore. That's how long we've been broken up as best friends.
Crazy guy,
Nolan.
Yeah, Nolan Anthony. I don't know him. I shouldn't call him crazy, but
Nolan overall is a good guy, guys. He loves the Hawks and everything. It's just for some reason he feels the need to attack me now.
Yeah,
he attacks you.
Well, he attacks me, but not so that you would know he's attacking me.
He just was a hard listen when I would try to listen to his podcast.
Like on Twitter, you mean, or what?
What's that?
He attacks you on Twitter or something, you mean?
Well, like whenever I would share my I would still share my stuff to his page because I thought we were friends and help each other out, and I was letting him share his stuff on my page. But he would make sarcastic comments, and so I still consider him a friend. He's a good guy, and I hope one day we can. Whatever going on his side, he can put aside. And we
so here's a question for you, Dean.
Yes.
How's your sponsorship going for you? Are you searching still?
Yes.
Because was it $35 a month? You can have your own plan for StreamYard.
Yeah, there you go. But then I'd have to leave my.
Sometimes the baby bear's gotta go. What's gotta do? Fly away.
So I could get a sponsor for $35 a month and pay for my StreamYard.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I can do whatever I want with it.
Yep. It's like Oprah leaving that Chicago TV station and having her own show. It made her. it made her a multi-billionaire. You
I
know,
want a car. I want a.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Do we have anything else that we want to discuss tonight before instead of my
is
problems
Rick,
of audio and
is Rick
StreamYard?
trying to say something or?
Yeah, I think he is. That's why I'm letting
I
him
just
speak.
say I want a car was all. If you give me
What?
Oprah, if he's gonna be Oprah, I want a car.
You get a car, and I get a car.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Look
want
on your
anything.
seat right now. You'll find.
Mhm. I don't want anything, Dean. I just want to help you. So that's all I want. So
I want a.
yeah.
Oh, a flying car.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I can't pay nobody. I can't pay myself, let alone nobody.
Yeah,
I have to, in order for me to start getting paid, so I can actually do stuff. I need to change my music. We need to get rid of some videos because they're all copyrighted.
Okay.
I write songs. I'll write you a song. So.
Very mellow.
I got a question. Is it okay if I ask a question for you guys to answer? Or?
Yeah, just wait a minute first. I want to bring this up.
Okay.
One of our listeners, Nick Slick, says that Stein is not from D2, but was at Iowa Western JUCO.
Okay. Everybody on the On3 threads keeps calling him a Division II. So anyway.
Okay.
Hit it up.
What's the question?
Let it rip. Fire away.
Was Dean done or?
Yeah, done. I just wanted to read that comment.
My question, which I heard on a really good podcast today, 2 good podcasts. Tyler Tashman had the basketball expert from 247. They're brilliant young men. I can't remember the other guy's name. He ain't Elliot Clough, but he's the other guy. And
yeah, you're talking about.
He ain't David Eicholt either. He's got kind of curly hair, round face.
Sean Bach.
Yeah, Sean Bach.
Okay. Anyway, they were so good today, just breaking down Iowa men's basketball. It was like awesome. They were talking about different defensive strategies that Ben can use now. That's why I got into the roster that he has is so whatever game plan he wants to play, he can play it now. You know. And then Tom Kakert was on, and both of these guys were trying to. It was like Tom Kakert. It was like, who do you think's gonna be the starting lineup? You know. So I want you guys. How do you see it? How do you see this roster at Iowa? If you followed the roster real good and stuff, how do you see it kind of shaking out possibly?
Okay. Here I go. I'm going to try to do this from memory with nothing in front of me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think Cale Combs is our starting point guard, our number 1.
All right.
Okay. I think Cam Manuel switches to power forward. If that's, I don't know, maybe he was our center this year.
He was.
Okay. And I look at I don't know if he's going to be able to do this or not because he's so skinny, but our new 7'3" guy as starting center. Huh?
He's skinny?
He weighs 250 pounds.
I was going to say at least 250.
Yeah, but he's 7'3".
I know. He's built about like Cam.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. All righty. But I don't know. I do not know if that'd be pushing it or if we want to go with Urok, who's actually listed. I did not know this at 7 foot.
Mm-hmm.
He grew.
Okay. And so what I got? 3 guys right there, 4 guys?
You got 3 so far. The two big guys and Cale Combs.
Yeah, and so our shooting guard who actually can also probably create his own shot. What's the name of that new guy we got? Same time we got
Tyreek Coleman's the 6'1" or 2 guy.
Yeah. So I see him as a shooting guard because he can also create his own shot. So he could play point and move Cale over to shooting guard where he spent part of the year and part of the year at point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got mine. How about you guys?
And you got I assume you got Koch at small forward.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to leave him out.
I know. It's just hard to, when you ain't got the roster in front of you, it's hard to keep track of where you're at and everything. I understand. Rick, go ahead.
Well, I think the center is same as Dean. I think power forward is the same as Dean thinks. I think Koch is a 3. As far as the guards go, so Sanderson, or I say Kale, yeah. For experience, who's the guard? Who's the kid from Kentucky? Was it? Or, yeah, who was
Trey Thompson was from Tennessee.
I think he's gonna get a chance to play this year. I think he's gonna be a freak.
I think he'll come off the bench. I think he comes off the bench and plays a role, much like Urok and Sage did this year. And honestly, I left Sage out at the bench. I think that guy deserves to start too. But
so Rick, where did you have Thompson? At what position then on your
probably
team?
Shooting guard.
Okay.
Well, although not a shooting guard, as a wing. Let's put it that way.
I think he'd be more like a wing.
Coach Ben loves to play a lot of tall wings.
Yeah, so. I just think. I mean, I don't know. I've read some things and heard some things, but he's got to be better than the kid from the transfer from UNI. He's got to be better than that. And I've heard he's really good. I mean, they say he's really working on his game and he's really damn good. So if that's the truth, he was a borderline 4 or 5 star player coming out of high school. Is that correct? How many 4 or 5 star players on Iowa's roster right now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Couple. One
if you're talking out of high school, like Koch might have been a 4-star.
Okay.
That's about Ethan Harris, the 6'9" guard from Washington. The red-haired kid is a borderline 4-star too, I guess.
Okay. So they're not exactly loaded and sort of deep as far as the high-end prospects go. So if this guy is legit, he should play a substantial amount of minutes, I would think, this year. If he's as good as I've heard he is. I've heard Ben say he's good.
Who are you talking about?
Trey Thompson, is that his name?
Trey Thompson.
Oh yeah.
He said in practice last year during the season he was averaging 43% on threes, and he said he just don't miss.
Well, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying.
That film they showed of him practicing on the new floor, the very last thing they showed was him shooting a 3-pointer, and it was just like net.
What is his size, height, weight, and stuff? What is it?
He's 6'8.5".
Okay.
Probably up to 215 or 20 now.
Now the kid.
Maybe we could use him at point guard with that size, because remember Magic was that size and he was point guard.
Never know.
Anyway,
I heard one point in time, who was the kid from Duke who went on to play at Dallas? He was a freshman of the year 2 years ago. Went to Dallas this last year. I think my rookie of the year. You remember his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but
I had heard that this Trey Thompson kid was the poor man's version of that.
Well, I don't know.
And
what's a poor man's version of? What's a poor man version of a superstar who stayed 1 year in college and is now playing in the NBA?
It's an all Big Ten player eventually.
Yeah,
probably.
Okay.
The reason I asked this question because I cannot answer it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
there's too many pieces.
Yeah,
the way Tom Kakert answered it was, I think he will start every game with his experienced returnees that are great at defense, like Manyow and Combs and Tavian Banks. He said Tavian Banks may be more of a small forward this year. I don't know. That's what Tom was saying. But I just can't figure it out. It's like you talk about 4 or 5 stars, Tate Sage was a nothing in high school, but I picture him as a 5-star now. The NBA scouts think he is going to be a hell of an NBA player. And Ben starts talking about him he can play point guard. And then this week they asked Tate about playing point guard, and he goes, "I played point guard all through high school and in AAU." And it's like, what? I think there's so many options of what Ben has, and he's such a great coach that I'm just so excited. I think we'll be way better than last year. I really do. But anyway.
Well, okay. First of all, you're the only one of the three of us that actually included Banks, because until somebody says he's coming back, I'm not including him as part of the team.
Well, Cakert's the guy that included him today, and he said Banks is such a great perimeter defensive player, and you know that Ben McCollum, the first thing he wants on the court is defense, especially at the start of the game. Probably through the whole game, but
so.
Well, here's the question:
is weak at defense?
What's that?
Who on the team is weak at defense?
Trey Thompson was last year.
Well, that's why he didn't play.
That's why he didn't play at the start of the season. Then he got sick anyway.
But we'll wait and see what he does on the. But the answer last year, the worst defensive player was Trevor Urach. But he has obviously lost a lot of weight. If you've seen him practicing, and he's grown to. He was 6'11" and a half, maybe 3/4 last year. Now they say he's 7 foot tall. He has guard skills offensively, but they say he has really worked on his foot speed. So maybe he won't be the worst defensive player this year.
Okay, where's this leave with all this talent and newcomers coming? Where's this leave Isaiah Howard? At the end of the bench?
Depends on his offense, but
he didn't have much of an offense. He didn't have much of an offense, but he did provide some defense.
But he can improve too.
Yeah,
your shooting can improve year after year as a 3-point shooter, and he's really important defensively. And sometimes Ben didn't play him at all, hardly. 2-3 minutes, and other games he'd play 18. So I don't know what Rick thinks.
About what?
About Isaiah Howard.
Oh, I have no idea, dude. I mean, if his shot's there, he'll get plenty of minutes. If his shot ain't there, well, unless the other person has horrible defensive skills, then there you go. But I don't know. That's a long ways away. That's a long ways away.
It is. It is. Okay, I got a question for you, Rick.
All right.
What is your Drake team going to look like this year for men's basketball?
They just got 5 recruits the other day.
They did?
Yeah, they signed 5 guys apparently, which is kind of shocking.
This late in the portal period, huh?
Decent, yeah. They had decent size. Decent, yeah. I mean, I don't know. He seems to be a good coach. I mean, but he came into a bad situation.
He did.
Drake's been drained 5 or 6 times in the last decade of all their players. And
well, it's amazing because the last 3 coaches at Drake who had success are now all in the Big Ten.
Right, exactly. I mean, that shows that the AD there is really damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's very smart. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope they'll be good this year, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think, Rick, that someplace like Wisconsin would want him?
I would, yeah. I imagine a lot of places would, but either they don't for some weird reason, or he's happy where he's at. One of the two.
It could be.
The only thing a school like the major SEC and Big Ten schools would kind of wonder is, what about picking football coaches? Maybe
he's done good there too.
Well, I know that, but not at that high level.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you're picking.
Who's the coach at Drake? Who's the Drake football coach?
The one now, I think he's the guy from Grandview who won the NAI national championship 2 years ago.
Woodley? Was his name Woodley?
They had Woodley.
Yeah, and then Drake's previous coach is now UNI. And the thing about Drake that people remember is that they're non-scholarship, right? No scholarships at all. And they were the first team in 30 or 40 years to beat a scholarship team, and they did it in a playoff against Eastern Washington. I mean, so he's
Oh,
done.
hey, I want to say something real quick.
Okay.
Terry says he will comment here. I forgot that we're streaming live through Terry's X, and so I didn't check. I want to apologize, Terry, because I looked at my X because I thought I did not bother to check yours. I'm sorry.
It happens.
You're doing good, Kelvin. I'm staying focused and watching the camera.
There you
go. Cool.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Because my Cubs are playing and I don't want to watch them.
Are they bad? Hey, guess what, guys? Speaking of the Cubs playing baseball, I might actually seriously get back into Major League Baseball because I just bought a box that gives me every single baseball game, and it looks great on my big screen TV.
Nice. Hey, question for you guys.
And I can actually watch the Angels, and I watched the first game I watched yesterday with the Angels. They won 7-0.
Nice. What do you guys use for your cable or whatever you guys have?
Right now, I have YouTube TV, but it's gonna go away because of this box I bought because I have access to everything.
Do you have the sports YouTube or just the regular YouTube?
Just the regular. I didn't get the sports because
I got the sports one for like $25 less. I got all the shit. I got the Peacock stuff, everything on. Wow, $25 less.
Yeah. Well, did you know that live games on Peacock also show up on the NBC sports channel?
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So all your Peacock stuff's there. So it's NBC, 1, 2, 3 Northeast, whatever else. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm trying to save some money. So this box that I got was a one-time cost. Yeah. And it'll pay for itself in about 2 months after I get rid of because I can stream Hulu, Amazon, so I can quit paying for those. I can quit paying for YouTube TV because $88 a month when it started out at $50 when I bought it.
Yeah, I hated to pay for like Fox News and MSNBC. I hated that, so I canceled my YouTube TV for the longest time, and finally they got a sports plan now with none of those news channels.
Hey, Dean.
Oh, you don't have to have the news. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You could.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah, I forgot that you could actually do that differently now.
Yeah, they don't. Yep, no longer to pay for Fox and MSNBC and CNN.
Yeah, I believe that Kelvin it does not have any kind of streaming or cable, right?
I have Mediacom and I have as many sports channels as you can get. I just whenever the Hawkeyes are on Peacock, I can't watch it or NBC Sports. I can't watch that, but I can get. That's the only time I have to go someplace and watch is if it's on Peacock.
Yeah,
I got a question, Dean. Did you buy one of them? Did you buy one of them Versi boxes or whatever it's called?
Yes.
Yeah. Mediacom told me. Because I pay quite a bit, $250 a month, and thank God I'm not poor, And but Mediacom told me the other day, I go, Jesus, this is getting way too high, and they took $25 off or something. But the guy told me, hey, we can sell you a Versi box, and I go, I thought they were not legal, and he goes, oh yeah, don't worry about that. They
are legal. They are legal to buy the box.
Yeah,
I do not know about some of the programming, but I was just going to say I can also get rid of Peacock and Paramount Plus. Anyway, go ahead.
But he just told me if I buy that Versi box, I can get whatever I want. I can get any channel I want. So
and it doesn't cost you anything a month. So get rid of buy the Versi box and get rid of your.
I'm in the Versi box. Does it cost $200?
Well, how do you spell that?
It was 220.
It's like VERSE.
Yeah.
So if you Google it, it'll come right up, and they sell it at Walmart, any place. I'm just not technologically advanced. I was just scared. How will I set this up?
Hey! I plugged mine in last night into my TV, and within a couple of minutes, it was up and running. And I'm not tech savvy, as you guys know.
And then I don't have a smart TV.
Okay. Hey, so let's get to some questions here. Boy says Jason Whitlock is reporting that Caitlin to be traded to L.A. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I think it's people that are just trying to get Caitlin and Kate back together.
The rabbit hole goes Dan Dockich said
He's an
that
idiot.
Lynn Dunn and Stephanie White, who are friends of his, they're on his show quite often. Not people are on there. He said they flat out said Caitlin Clark is a diva and a pain in the ass, and they want to get rid of her. That's what he said. Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson's dad, who played for the Lakers, I think it was, he is now saying the same thing, that they're going to trade her to the Sparks. No. Who's trading back to Indiana? There's no one to come back because the Sparks are sparse with players.
Well, the Sparks would trade the 6'7" girl from Stanford back, and maybe Kelsey Plum, but Kelsey Plum loves Caitlin, but Kelsey Plum would never fit in the salary cap.
So anyway, Jason Willock interviewed Michael Thompson about it, and he said, they're going, and he's one of those people who are on the raggy bandwagon. How can I create shit here and get people pissed off and whatever? I'm not saying they're shock jocks, they're clickbait. They know how to hit certain buttons on people, piss them off, get them riled up, and they'll keep watching. Either they're told a lie flat out, they'll keep watching it.
And Whitlock, Dockich, and this Michael Thompson, I've been watching that shit. Yeah. And they'll say something like that one day. 2 days later, they'll come back with the opposite take.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael said that. Michael Thompson said, I think it was yesterday, you just got to let Caitlin run the offense. You got to let it run like Showtime, and before that. And then all they bring up all the time, and I hate it, I shouldn't even mention it, it's like Dockich. It's like he has to use the letters LGBT, whatever the letters
mafia, they call
and
it.
Talk about lesbians and stuff. It's like, shut the F up.
Yeah. Leave them
it's like, hell, there's plenty of gals who like to date gals that love Caitlin. They're her best friends. Quit it. Why bring it up?
Yeah, there you go.
Because it creates animosity between the two, and people like that animosity. It drives ratings.
Yeah. Terry Walker wants to say Kelvin talks into a box and puts the mic up to his ear. I have no idea.
Now, read that like you.
I don't think you have a mic in your ear because you're just talking off your cell phone.
I'm talking 2 feet away from my cell phone. I think Terry's on mushrooms tonight.
Remember Silence of the Lambs? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I remember it.
Well, remember that one dude? It puts the lotion on itself. If you read that the same way, it's kind of eerie. Anyway, no big whoop.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'm just sitting here talking. The only thing I reach for is this. Yeah, tonight everybody will be talking because I got a big bottle of Diet Sprite.
That's a large bottle.
That's what you drink all the time.
Is that a 3 liter or a 2 liter?
2 liter, I think.
How much you got left in that thing?
They have 3s now.
It's about 3/4 full.
I was actually looking at the 2 liters in the grocery store today, and you know what? They look like they're smaller than 2 liters. I should read the label and see if they're actually 2 liters.
I don't care what diet pop I drink. I don't care if it's Fresca. I don't care what it is, Diet Sprite, whatever. I don't care as long as it don't have caffeine in it.
I stopped in Jack in the Box, and I asked for a Fanta Orange Zero. Wow. The Jack in the Box doesn't do it anymore because Coke doesn't provide the free willy-nilly machine anymore that creates these drinks. Huh. So they're just back to a normal pop machine.
Yeah. One comment that I'd like to make is,
yes,
everybody, it's like a month ago. I don't know if it's Rick and some of our people on here, maybe Dean might have said, is like, what are we going to talk about? This is my busiest time of the year. I got women's basketball recruiting, men's basketball recruiting. This is the biggest football recruiting time of year. Always has been June, for the last 15 years. Anyway, it's like every day, and then they're throwing in all these facilities and a new floor and Sorsby and Ports and NIL and Ted Cruz and this billionaire for Texas Tech is like, my head's like spinning.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the busiest time of the year. Do you know how close we are to football season?
85 days.
I
Yeah.
know. It's like, my God.
In a month from now, we'll be having media days, which honestly, you never hear anything. And we'll be looking forward to PJ Fleck's speech that takes up almost the whole time, and maybe one person gets one question in.
And our August deep dive.
Yeah, an August deep dive. Okay, Toll House says, and I want you guys to respond to this. Since college athletes are now paid like employees, maybe they should be allowed to be traded by the coaches. Okay, first of all, okay, even if they were considered employees, they're not yet, but that's probably coming.
Well, there's a big problem with making them employees.
No. Let me speak first, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you go to a job now, let's say you work for Hy-Vee, because everybody can relate to Hy-Vee, okay? Well, the coach doesn't like how you're performing, so he's going to trade you to Fairway for stock for a certain stocker and a stocker to be named later. Jobs don't change; they don't trade players. But players, I mean, not players, but employees do leave jobs and go elsewhere. Yeah. But that's just kind of the example I wanted to put out there. That
you're trading contracts.
Huh?
You're trading contracts, not employees.
Yeah. When the only places where trades of people are allowed is in pro sports, right, where they have antitrust legislation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I heard Beth Getz 2 years ago. They asked her about making it. Wouldn't it be a lot easier to make them employees and then collectively bargain and unionize? And Beth goes, well, there's one. Beth is so smart. She goes, there's one big problem with that. And they go, what? She goes, that would be fine with us major colleges that have plenty of TV money. It would add to our costs because then you have to have, what do you call it, workman's comp. If a kid breaks his leg, you might have to pay him the rest of his life a disability, which we don't now. But she said all the small Division I schools, all the Division II, Division III, they would not have sports anymore because they can't afford hardly to have sports football team now.
Two different systems.
She said it would cut away so many opportunities for young athletes to participate in college sports. And she says there's no way that Iowa would vote for that. And she said no Big Ten team would vote for that because we care about young athletes all over the country that aren't coming to Iowa.
Okay, so let's catch up on some comments. Tohal said he was just joking, but in this day and age, who knows? And then he come back with another comment. He goes, could you imagine if this would have been suggested, something like the NIL back in the 80s? We'd all be laughing. Well, there was something like the NIL in the 80s, but it was all under the table and they were cheating.
Yeah.
Now it's just legal. Now it's legal to do that stuff.
It's like Joe Namath one time. He was talking about his recruiting and he was talking to schools, and he actually talked to Iowa, and he said Iowa was going to give me $2,000 to come, and then they never gave me the money, so I went to Alabama.
Okay, Vandy Chris, welcome aboard. I did try to get him to come on and talk about the baseball players we picked up today, but he didn't know anything about them. So, Toll House, he's addressing this to Toll House. Toll House, but they are not paid like employees, and courts have said that they are not employees. And I do agree with Vandy on this one because they're not employees, at least not yet. I don't know if that's ever coming.
You'd only be able to trade the contracts, not the employee thing.
Yeah,
maybe your backdoor workaround. What it would be
from the school officially, all they're getting is court ordered revenue share.
Yeah. Okay. Vandy also says NIL is fine. However, what it has become is not what the courts ruled on. And I agree. This has gotten so far out of hand. This is not what the courts ruled on. This is not what, and I don't think people like Caitlin Clark and Jordan Bohannon, when they went before Congress to actually get this, I don't think they even imagined it would become what it did. NIL is supposed to be a private contract for athletes to make money for themselves doing media things, like showing up at a car dealership to sign autographs and take pictures of people.
Yeah, like Hannah does with McGrath Auto. She does commercials for them.
Yeah.
What it was really set up for in the beginning was like your jersey. If there was jersey sales of your personal jersey, you should get part of the money, and it was set up for what Caitlin had, State Farm, Oncer, or Hy-Vee. Right now I heard what's his name, Brad Heinrichs talk, and it's not even set up for kids going out and signing autographs at places. Some of that's getting turned down by the clearinghouse because it's kind of faked, Oh yeah, we'll pay you $10,000. You come out here and sit and sign autographs for an hour. The NCAA thinks that's kind of fake.
You guys remember the movie Rudy?
Yeah.
And Notre Dame.
He's a bad boy.
He wanted to go to Notre Dame so bad, but I think he went they had him, so he gets assigned a job. And he doesn't have to do anything because he just has to watch the sprinklers come on and off automatically. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to physically do anything.
Is he still in
prison? That's kind of how I think things were back in the day.
Is he still in prison?
In prison?
Yeah.
In prison?
I did not know he was in prison.
He got in some insider trading shit. He was a stockbroker of some kind, money market manager, where it was. He broke some laws and he had to go to prison for a while, I think.
He should have been a president or in the government or a senator or a congressman. You never get in trouble for that.
Is Rudy from the movie Rudy in prison?
But I don't understand this stuff about Rudy getting a job where he didn't have to work. He was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Why would they pay him?
I thought he applied for that job.
Why would they pay him? Why would they pay him under the table to not play? I mean, because he never played
as well as a walk-on, right? He worked for the university as part of the field crew, and then went to school. So he had to pay for his tuition and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it was any fake job. He probably just got everybody except me has had an easy job in their life, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what AI says about Daniel Rudy Rudiger. He is not in prison while he was investigated and charged by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for his involvement in a pump and dump stock scheme. Okay. Related to his sports drink company in 2011. He avoided jail time. Instead, he settled the case by paying a fine of over $382,000.
There you go.
And agreed to be banned from serving as an officer or director in public company. Okay, Vandy's got some more things. I cannot, guys, the thing is not working. It will not allow me to post any comments. So just like last week. But here we go. Vandy says, however, since it's become what it has, I don't want to hear people complain about it being unfair when a school like Vandy starts spending their endowment money. Very few schools can match that. We all know that Vanderbilt has very good money, and all of a sudden their programs are all up and coming. Mm-hmm. So, where they used to be the laughing stock of the SEC. Now they're one of the major programs.
Who's complaining?
Northwestern has the largest endowment in the United States.
Who's complaining, though?
I think he's just talking about people in general.
Okay. Most of us complain about teams buying their team.
Mm-hmm. It's America, man. 2026.
Yeah, it's like Texas Tech buys a brand new basketball team every year. And
football.
And I don't see any of these Texas Tech kids on State Farm commercials.
Yeah.
They're just getting money, and Texas Tech probably doesn't even care if the clearinghouse don't approve it. They just give the kid the money anyway and go on. But
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay. Vandy says schools without large endowments are at a significant disadvantage. Toll House says something that kind of different. The worst thing I ever saw was when my dad and I went to Sports of Sorts at the Knights of Columbus. That's a great place to go to, by the way. I was a member of the Knights of Columbus. In Waterloo, Dave Dursian, is that how you say his name, of the Bears, was the guest, and he came with a purse. Controversial.
Dave Durson from Notre Dame played safety for the Bears. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I said as a kid, so I'm imagining that's way back when, because I think we decided that Toll House and I are close to this age.
He came with a purse, full of crooked money or what?
No,
I don't know.
I think it was Liz Claiborne.
What's that?
It was a Liz Claiborne bag he had. Yeah, he brought it for his wife.
Okay. To answer Rick, this is from Vandy. Over the years, especially in baseball, fans would accuse Vandy of having unlimited scholarships because they gave kids financial assistance. They called spending more to be cheating. And Toll House says that he carried a man purse.
Big deal.
I
can understand things.
I have a man purse, but I wear it over my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier. It's easier when you instead of digging in your pockets for your car keys, your wallet, your cell phone. You can just throw it all in that man purse, throw it over your shoulder, and yeah,
cool.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, what else have we got to talk about? Because we're way past 2 hours.
One other news thing before we sign off was Alaric Jackson was in the news yesterday because of I don't know if it's a felony domestic abuse thing. And today we found out that he was in trouble once before for filming sex with his partner without her knowledge. So anyway, that wasn't violent, but that is abuse. I heard that they this time, whoever he was with was filming him with his phone, and he tried getting his phone back from her, and he scratched her arm, and she pressed charges. So I don't think it's
50 grand.
You should never touch somebody or anything, but that's the story. I don't see it. I don't think somebody said they'll kick him out of the NFL.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's kind of an overblown.
I never understood that.
Well, I don't.
People get kicked out of the NFL or getting fired jobs for that shit.
Yeah.
What?
With domestic violence in the NFL, don't they kick those guys out?
No.
They used to.
I'm going to catch up on some comments.
Depends on what domestic violence is. This is domestic violence. Scratching her arm. Kareem Hunt beat the hell out of his wife in an elevator or something. I think he had to sit out 5 games or something, and the Chiefs cut him, and so he went to the Browns and played. Now he's back with the Chiefs.
And that one dude in the elevator was a Baltimore or whoever it was he played for. He was in the elevator and beat the fucking hell out of his wife or his girlfriend, somebody. On film. Was that the running back from Baltimore? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's catch up. Texas Tech is threatening to sue everybody that refuses to play them. Texas Tech is calling it a collusion and a violation of antitrust.
Which it is not.
Yeah. Toll House said, Dean, I always wanted to be like Russ L. Smith. For those who don't know, he was a columnist and I believe with the Waterloo Courier. But my buddy Doug, he didn't finish the sentence, did become the sports editor. Okay. Okay, Vandy says Ray Rice is absolutely kicked out of the NFL for domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was gross. What he did was damn gross, man. It was just, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, he played for.
There was no point in that at all. None.
Played for Schiano at Rutgers. Are we winding her down, Dean? Or
Yes, we are. We are. Guys, I mean, I started out rough, but I'm ending this show on a pretty good note. And I'm sorry about the thing. I could not get my mic to mute, so I had to leave the room. So hopefully you didn't hear what was going on. But we're having my new place renovated, and it's supposed to be done this week. Guy was calling me, and we had a few loose tie-ins that needed to be talked about.
And Dean, you can, after you post this, you can listen to the first 15 minutes and hear what Rick had to say.
Well, there you go.
There
About the WNBA. So.
I can imagine. See, wait a minute. Vandy has some. Let's see if let's catch up on the things. Vandy says, I beg to differ. It would be collusion for all the coaches and ADs to talk about it. They are, in fact, colluding. I actually think Vandy's right. Because the Big Ten and the Big 12 are asking their people not to.
Are they doing that?
So when all the baseball owners get together and say, and talk to the commissioner, and Pete Rose is banned for gambling, that's collusion? No, that is gambling rules.
Yes. By the way, did I hear right that Pete Rose is now being allowed to be back in the Hall of? I mean, get eligible for the Hall of Fame. Did I hear that right? You never know in this day of AI if you're reading something that's actually true. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, yes, he did gamble, and he suffered enough. He suffered enough during his lifetime.
I think the Veterans Committee has considered him past years, but they're not going to let him in.
Guys, okay. Vandy says that Major League Baseball is covered by antitrust protection. Right. NCAA is not.
Right.
We can still have anti-gambling rules.
Professional sports organizations that was considered torture.
Yeah. But we weren't talking about gambling. We were talking about domestic violence.
We were talking about Sorsby. He was talking about Sorsby.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We were talking about Ray Rice.
And we already answered that question earlier. Anytime Texas Tech goes into Kansas to play Kansas State or goes out of state, Kansas the week before the game is going to have a Kansas judge rule that he's ineligible, just like the Texas judge did, and he ain't going to play. And anyway, this will be cleared up. I predict this will be cleared up in real short order because the Big 12 conference ain't going to allow it either. And they can take their crooked judge and shove it up their rear end.
Yeah.
You know?
Here's what Texas Tech needs to do. Say, Sorsby, give us our $5 million back. You're off the team.
Well, they haven't played it. They haven't paid all of it to him already. You know?
True.
He hasn't even. That's like, sure, Iowa gave Caden Proctor money, but the payment stopped when he left Iowa. You know, but.
All right, guys. I think this is a good place to let's get out of here, man. This was a fun-filled show. We were all over the place on topics tonight, but I kind of like it. Kind of like how it went tonight. I mean, we jumped back and forth. Yeah, I like how it went. I appreciate you guys and everything you contributed to the show tonight.
And hopefully tomorrow, Dean and all of us try to find out, does Mr. Lawrence Britt turn down Missouri and come to Iowa?
So. I hope so. Okay, guys. And you know what? I might do if that happens, I will do a quick podcast, maybe 20 minutes or something. Breaking news. We'll see. All right. Well, actually, I won't be available tomorrow. What time? We still don't know what time he's going to do that, do we?
Probably before 11 a.m.
Okay, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy delivering people's food and stuff.
There you go.
Okay.
Feeding hungry. Good man.
Alrighty. Vandy says I will be sharing exciting news with Dean here in a few minutes. I can't wait till he shares it with you. Yeah. Oh, I do know one thing though. He did mention the other night when he was on here that they are interviewing Rick Heller pretty soon. They're going to record it for later playback. I believe it's toward the end of July. And so that's going to be I can't wait for that episode. I want to watch that.
It's probably that Brandon Sheriff is the new head coach at Denison, like he predicted a few months ago.
All righty. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Guys, we'll see you on Sunday. Take care of everybody. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Okay, that's most important. And then share it out. Share it. We're getting so close to 800, I can taste it.
Take care, America.
Peace out, guys.
Spotify.